And here it is now, painted with gunmetal. Not completely painted gunmetal, but in specific areas of the kit that I deemed that it needed. Let's walk it through here. So, beginning with the leg. Obviously, this entire part, which I had to remove, had to be painted, especially in the trim parts here, here, and here. This part as well. The entire joint that connects the upper part of the leg to the lower part of the foot, especially in front as well and the back. This entire part in the top has to be painted, a little bit here in the front. If I flip this down, considering that this is the part where it stays like in this position, which just came off right now, I had to paint everything from the underside, and that took a while to do that. From here, I had to paint, of course, the entire inner joint, the knee joint as well, both sides, of course, and the back. I'm still kind of considering of doing a couple of, maybe another trim coat of some other different color. Been thinking about metallic black, because even though this is gunmetal, metallic black has a different look to it, a different texture. We'll cover that later on. Of course, I can easily pop this out and paint it another color. I've been hovering around silver or chrome, but I'm not 100% sure. The inside of this is another thing that I may want to do another trim coat as well. Yeah, there's a lot of particles floating around. This part here, which I'm going to pop out, I painted the insides here because when I was looking at the manual during the transformation, these parts are painted. So that needs to be covered as well. Back here as well, I did that. All the inside parts of the skirt has been painted. The ball joint painted, the inside of the waist unit, the top part of the waist unit, the arm joint here. I'm not putting the other one here, so you guys understand that that's going to be there. The this joint, the actual shoulder part, and then the armor part, which I only painted the inside and then specific areas on the top where I meticulously looked at the manual and made sure I covered. The only thing I painted, now I removed these two parts, and I'm going to get to in a moment. The only thing I painted on the torso were of course the joints that connects the torso to the arm. So I had to paint that, pull it out, because it does go up to here, as you can see. As a matter of fact, I might as well do that, and painted the inside as well. Now, during the course of the painting build, excuse me, the waist unit was a different color tone, and I was looking into alternatives, and then I just realized, wait a minute, why don't I use this guy, Mr. Metallic Color Iron? In which case I did paint this a metallic iron coat. It's the one where you spray on, airbrush on, and then using a cloth wipe it off, and it has that nice metallic look to it. That came out perfect, and a different tone of color. Very few parts use these. The waist unit, the back part that goes in the back, and of course the part that holds the head. So that came out great. Other parts that I painted, like the part here that goes in the arm, some connector joints here. This is, I guess, part of the one that holds the shield, I believe. This part here, which is the one that goes on the back for the beam saber hilt. The hands, as you can see there. I took a lot of time sanding this down, cleaning it up, and painting it. And I have a distinct feeling it needs another coat again, because this thing will peel out. But I had to do a lot of bending of the hand so that way I can paint in the inner joints. But it looks like every time you bend them out again, it peels out the paint, so I have to redo it again. By the way, this video has taken a lot longer than expected. Not video-wise, but me posting this video. It was because I ran out of Alclad to paint the gunmetal, so I had to order another one. Couldn't go to my hobby store. They moved. Oh, of course, other parts that needed to be painted. Of course, here's the thrusters. And this is the part that holds the V-fin when it opens and closes. The face mask, more thrusters. These thrusters go in the back. The part that hold the that's for the wrist armor. Not wrist armor. Yeah, wrist. And these parts, this one, these four right here, goes under the skirt to hold up the LED lights. See? These are these two little small parts that I did not want to lose that goes in the head. And these are trim parts that goes in the back of the skirt. For those of you who haven't seen it. While I was waiting for many things to dry and wait for the paints to arrive, I went on to paint other things as well. First up, I began painting the weapons. I'm going to show you a weapon, of course, so you can understand. Actually, I might as well move this guy here so you can see this. Here is the bazooka. Now, why does it look like this? First things first, I primed it with gloss black. Gloss black that is nowhere in sight. I know I put it here someplace. Oh, here it is. This gloss black. Now, this gloss black is not a color to be used as a replacement to any other black. Even though it's nice and glossy, it is a magnet for particles. I don't know why. But I use it, of course, for reflectiveness when you want to apply chrome. Why did I apply chrome? Well, as you can see, I applied it in specific areas. Right there, there. I'm slowly considering this, but I may change my mind. Here. And of course, this entire area here. I'm going to mask it off. Sorry, I didn't know if you guys saw this in the camera. I'm going to mask it off, specific areas. Maybe the inside of the trim here. Thinking of this entire part here. And I know I may mask off the portion of the ring. I have no idea yet. I'm still fleshing it out. I did spray color here, of course. I'm going to mask it off, and I'm going to, of course, paint it the gunmetal. But I'm considering a combination of gunmetal and metallic black. I know that those are two different types of tones of color, which I've seen it before. It's pretty well done. I don't have like a darker gray color. I may have to end up going to Gundam Planet again and reviewing some paints. Been thinking about using this again, but then that will throw the whole thing off with the waist. I want to keep the waist and specific parts of the kit unique. So I did that for this weapon. I did the same thing here with the Gatling guns. This had to be done, of course. I love to see it like this, and it came out nice and shiny, as you can see there. So I'm going to mask these entire parts off and then repaint it. Did the same thing here, and then did the same thing here when I put the, I guess, the clear part. Not much for this one though. Only I did was like those little areas that I believe like bolts where you can put them on. But I am masking it off so I can paint it, you know, one color tone metallic, one color tone gunmetal. So we'll see how that turns out. And of course, this most obvious part that I'm about to show you, I gotta take this off. Hold on. Is the beam rifle, as you can see there. The barrel area, like I'm liking how this came out in certain areas of the barrel. I would like to cover with masking tape. I kind of like used up a lot of the paint because I'm actually out of the chrome. Cover up like this part here, these parts here. All this part's here, sections here and here. This one I did a lot because I know I wanted this metal, like a, you know, hydraulic tubing. I just need to, of course, apply a lot of time putting on the masking tape, so that way when I repaint it, it will be painted there, you know, it won't affect this. But before I paint it, I need to top coat it, because that way I don't want the paint to peel off when I remove the tape. That's another thing. I have to top coat a lot of the parts that need to be, that I feel like I need to, you know, keep. But this beam rifle is pretty awesome. Other parts I need to cover. Oh, I didn't like this. The bazooka. I need to. I'm kind of thinking, like, see how much of a filament magnet this thing is. You wipe it off a billion times and there's still something there. But obviously, when you repaint it, it's not going to be there. Thinking like, you know, metallic black and then gunmetal or reverse. This is the part where I'm a little bit worried because I don't want to keep it all one color. And I do have to look at the manual because I thought I saw a different type of color tones. I could do the chrome on the outside and then metallic on the inside, or reverse. Let's see how that works. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Now, any of you guys are asking me why I haven't put the LEDs on yet. That's a good question. Stay tuned for my next video.